So I had a guest on the show. His name is Jim Fuse, Fuhs, Jim Fuse, and he's an Amazon influencer, and he's been doing this. He's actually a retired officer from the U.S. Marine, so a sweet guy who is extremely thorough, and he got into this after he left the military, and they've done a great job setting up everything and how they deliver value to the brands that they represent. So I asked him, what is the best way to work with an influencer? And something he said is what you just mentioned, that I want to emphasize the value of it. Other than paying flat fee and a higher commission, blah, blah, I understand that. I mean, that everybody needs to be financially incentivized. But one thing I know, people who are good at what they do and they love what they do, they don't do it for money. So therefore, they have to have a passion and they have to be incentivized. So therefore, it's important to understand that you can't just buy people who are talented. You have to really appeal to them. And what he mentioned was provide a support system for your influencers. Have regular meetings, like not, okay, let's have a meeting today. Have like a standing meetings, review the performance, ask them what you can do for them, give them perks. In other words, build some intangible value for the relationship that you are building with them. So that way they will have that passion for your products and for you, so that they say, okay, you know, I'm going to go outside what I usually do for others. And then, so first of all, affiliates are not just numbers in a network that a seller knows. So you're telling me that they can have that relationship, right?
Right. Right, absolutely. Again, this is kind of the idea of focusing on, a core group of affiliates as opposed to like trying to really like worry about the long tail of affiliates. I would say it's a good rule of thumb that 20% of your affiliates are going to drive 80% of your revenue. So focus on those 20% of affiliates, and that may be a dozen, maybe a couple dozen. And really nurture the heck out of those. It's a lot easier to get revenue out of the affiliates you're already working with than it is to get revenue out of completely net new affiliates. And some of those things you just mentioned about, really providing that support system, really nurturing that partnership, that is key to, developing an ongoing, bountiful affiliate partnership in the long term.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's at the end of the day, everything, no matter how advanced the technology gets, and whether we are in 21st century or 5th century, it all goes back to the basics. Build relationships that are strong, that feel for what they do, and then they can do it passionately. Okay, so we've covered the whole methodology in terms of how to set up the whole process of driving traffic. We've covered the measuring of it and the compensation, and you mentioned, and there's another thing that I want to again emphasize. You mentioned that you really cannot get much success out of your affiliate network's performance if your products are not highly rated. So, I mean, you mentioned 3-star, but I say 3 is very low. I'd say like 4+, way north of 4 is really something to do, right?